DonInLondon, hello. It's December the 11th, 2009. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance was alcohol. My behaviour, cross-addicting, if you like, when not drinking, workaholic, relationshipaholic, collector, obsessive, trying to be perfect. All those things which are seen sometimes as the right things to be striving for. And I guess in that whole scenario, when I started drinking, and it did start very early, the first drink took the edge off and made me feel more convivial, relaxed, joyful, happy. And every drink after that was all about searching for that place, if you like, of complete happiness. And it didn't work that way, because I had to keep on taking more and more and more to find that feeling, and eventually it just completely eluded me. So I went from chasing a dream to being dependent to being an addict. And the problem with being an addict is we don't know we are one until we are one. It's that awful feeling of needing and wanting and obsession to keep on doing something we know is harming us. And self-harm is as bad as self-obsession, because we need pain often, which then follows another bout of trying to find that feeling again. So, 35 years of drinking, 35 years of workaholic, 35 years trying to find the perfect relationship. And what happened? I lost sight of the present moment now, where I could do something about it. So these days in sobriety, what I try to do is live with the truth of now. And sometimes the truth of now is very, very difficult. So why am I saying this? Well, shares this week in the meetings I go to, which help me keep sober. That's the fellowship meetings of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. Has been about reminding me what it was like when I was drinking in those last days. How I couldn't stop the fear, the putting on a brave face when I tried to answer the telephone, tried to open envelopes, post, tried to answer the front door. It was very difficult, and I couldn't do it. These days I can do all those things, although sometimes I am forgetful and don't do it on time. But that's another story. The meetings this week are all about recovery, what it was like, and how it is today. And even though we can be in recovery sometime, life keeps on happening, and sometimes life is very, very difficult, and it's brutal, because we find ourselves either on our own or in relationships where we're not quite sure, or doing something because we think we ought to be doing it, trying to prove to the world yet again how valuable we are. And we forget that we're just human, and we're making progress one day at a time. And I say this because it's relevant to me. I am just human, making life work one day at a time, or rather, not trying to make it work. Live it, just live it in this one day. And it's hard, especially when you've got a few things to resolve on a physical level, like me. So I've not been able to get about as much as I would like to, and that means I haven't been able to do the chairs I was asked to do. And that gives me a certain amount of guilt, because I didn't share when I said yes. By the way, I have problems which might mean I might not be able to get there. So I'm learning on a daily basis. But a lot of the sharing recently has been about relationships, and how truth is lost when silence occurs. And the absolute of anything that is going on in life is about truth. So if we can keep on being truthful, we have a chance to keep things together or go separate ways. And I've been hearing this from so many sources that I need to take heed of that. And one of the things which is really important in all relationships is love the person for who they are, and not what we think or feel they can be. So it's loving people as they are, rather than trying to change to fit with them, or trying to get them to change to fit with us. And the downside of that is often, if we leave it too long and strive for that perfection, we find ourselves broken and alone. So the most important thing is truth in the moment of now. So we keep on informing ourselves of our situation, whether we're singular or together. Oh, needed to get that out because it was bothering me. And this is not about trying to make a situation right. It's about trying to give everybody the freedom to tell the truth and not fear it. Because if we fear telling the truth, we hurt ourselves most, and then we hurt others because we just don't share it. Anyway, as you can guess, the Fellowship of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, provides me with learning on a daily basis, experience, strength and hope. And the Fellowship statement of intent goes like this. I don't speak for AA, and I don't speak for the people in AA, because they're unique, authentic people who are getting on with their unique, authentic lives. So this is just me sharing AA's statement of intent. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. It does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And, sharing, it's the requirement, a desire to stop drinking, and then to share the message with people that we know in fellowship or as we choose. So, for me, sorry, that little interruption got to me a bit. Sharing experience, strength and hope. I use the literature of AA, Daily Reflections, most often here, and it's all about the 12-step program and how it works to change our attitude and behaviour on a daily basis. So I need to refresh my attitude and behaviour on a daily basis, so not to be perfect, but to be able to live in the moment of now. And living in the moment of now is crucial, because then we can live in the next moment of now more purely and with where we are more informed about where we are and where everybody else is. So the reading for December 11 goes like this: a genuine humility. We are actually to practice a genuine humility. This is to the end that our great blessings may never spoil us, that we shall forever live in thankful contemplation of Him who presides over us all. And that is talking about God. We all come to an understanding of whether we believe or not. But for me, God is truth, the absolute truth, not the truth or fiction. I would try and make it so, but the absolute truth of what is now. And God works through people, sharing wisdom, and God is love, because love is behind everything, I feel. Experience has taught me that my alcoholic personality tends to be grandiose. While having seemingly good intentions, I can go off on tangents in pursuit of my causes. My ego takes over and I lose sight of my primary purpose. I may even take credit for God's handiwork in my life. Such an overstated feeling of my own importance is dangerous to my sobriety and could cause great harm to AA as a whole. My safeguard, the 12th tradition, serves to keep me humble. I realise both as an individual and as a member of the fellowship that I cannot boast of my accomplishments, and that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. So the truth is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves, and for me that is so important, to know that there is a higher truth. So when I say the serenity prayer at the end of my videos, is to acceptance and to the God either of your understanding or mine, or good conscience. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference for me is just for today.